Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing like a little rant video. This is going to be about when is it time to call it quits. This is going to be 5 signs on when is it time to call it quits in a relationship. Like, this is going to help you reflect on your relationship, okay? And really see if you should be pouring in this energy and pouring in all of this time, because we got to remember that our relationship is an investment, okay? It's an investment of time and energy and a lot of emotion, and it could be very emotionally depleting if you're in a relationship where you're not getting the same energy that you're investing into that relationship, okay? So it's all about getting a returning your investment and also reciprocating the energy that you're putting in and that person's putting in, okay? So sign number 1, I feel like it's very important to realize that a relationship is not worth working towards or worth you being in if this person and you don't respect one another, okay? So if you guys are arguing and you guys are calling each other out of each other's name, or if you guys are belittling one another, you're not supporting each other's dreams, you're not supporting each other's ambitions, you're not supporting each other along your journey, I feel like there's really no point in working that relationship out, because respect is a huge component in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Respecting each other mentally, emotionally, physically. All right, like I feel like that's so, and also and spiritually as well. I feel like that's very important. All right, another thing is, respect goes with everything, whether that's your person in your person's family members or your family members. Like, you should never allow your family or your friends to put your person down, and you should never put your partner in a place where they are in an environment where that can happen, okay? I feel like respect is a gigantic piece of the pillar of a relationship, okay? Like, gigantic, okay? So important. So respect, number 1. Number 2 is honesty. That's also going to go hand in hand, honesty and with trust, okay? And I'm going to get into why. Honesty is huge because we all make mistakes. We're all not perfect, okay? So let's just talk about an example, okay? Let me throw in a scenario out. Like, ladies, you're going shopping and you're spending a little bit too much. I think you should at least let your partner know, okay? Instead of hiding them heels in the closet somewhere, or hiding that new iPhone somewhere. I feel like honesty is a huge component, because it's all about being open and receptive to one another's feelings, okay? So if you're overspending, or for anybody who's overindulging in some kind of way, I feel like you need to be honest and be real with your partner and let them know what's going on, right? And that's in all areas. Like, honesty is huge. Now also trust. Like, if you don't trust your partner, I feel like that's not going to work out, because trust is huge. Because think about it. Say if you're dating to marry, or you're dating to be courted, or you're dating because you're trying to court somebody, right? And you and that person, get married one day, right? Let's just say that. We're going to talk about the extremes, right? Now, when you're on your deathbed, they call your husband, they call your wife. Now, if you don't trust this person with your life, then what are you dating them for? Because if you're having sex with them raw, let's just be honest, you're putting your health on the line. You're putting your mind, body, and spirit open and vulnerable to this person. So really think about it. Can I trust this person with my life? Like, you should really be asking yourself that. If you're dating to court, okay? If you're dating to settle down, you really need to trust your partner. Like, that's huge, okay? Now, respect, honesty, and trust is huge, especially when it comes to like cheating, infidelity. I get that a lot in my readings and stuff like that. And I'm just saying this because I want people to really understand that, when you're adding had a little tongue twister there. When you add outside sources, rather that's substance abuse, alcoholism, another partner, to your relationship, you're adding toxicity into your relationship. Now, the person who is the victim or whatever in the situation, okay, say if it's one that did it to the other, instead of it being from both sides, because I've seen it from both sides as well, dealing with clients. But I'm just saying, it's important for you to realize that puts a damper on the relationship. now it opens up insecurities, and it's just not healthy. Okay, now we also have to realize that if you're a victim to these things, okay, a victim to somebody not respecting you, not being honest with you, and you not having trust, and you not trusting them due to these issues, you have to realize that you're also toxic as well, because you're allowing that into your frequency. And if you choose to stick around and you realize that there's no improvement, you're allowing that into your frequency. So we have to also take accountability and take responsibility for the things that we allow in our frequency. All right, number 4 is compromise. Like, if there's no compromise, a relationship is all about give and take, reciprocity. You know, you fill my cup, I fill your cup. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. One hand washes the other, right? So if there's no compromise, like if you communicate your love language to your partner, and your partner, instead of them opening up and listening and understanding where you're coming from and humbling themselves and, you know, putting down that pride and ego to give you an even give and take, if they're not willing to do that, then really you're investing your coins in the wrong place. Like, don't put your eggs in a basket with that person, because a relationship's all about you critiquing yourself and you critiquing your partner, not to insult them, not to belittle them, not to make them feel like they're not enough, not to make them feel like they're not doing enough, but for you guys to understand one another and to see each other, you know, innerly, right? Because intimacy is not all about sex. Intimacy is into me, you see. You know what I'm saying? So into my mind, body, spirit, the way I process things, that's how a relationship should be. So if there's no compromise, I really don't see how that's going to work out, in my opinion. All right. Number 5, I think a friendship. Like, if y'all don't have a friendship, y'all don't enjoy being around one another. Like, if you guys feel like you guys are in the same room and you feel alone, okay? If you guys don't have if you guys don't have an established friendship, you know what I'm saying? I don't see how that's going to work out. All right. I think that's number 5. But anyway, we're going to add some bonuses, because now I'm thinking of more. Another thing is communication. Communication is key. Communication is key. No matter how long you've been with your partner, no matter how often you're around your partner, no matter if y'all live together, if y'all don't live together, if y'all don't communicate, there's no way that relationship is going to work. Because no matter how intuitive you are, no matter what psychic abilities you have, no matter how conscious or awakened you are, you need to be direct with your partner and communicate. Like, everything has to communicate with one another. Like, it has to be, you guys have to have conversations. You guys have to converse with one another, especially if there's issues. Like, if you guys are arguing, you got to look at it from a different perspective, okay? Like, instead of looking at it like you are the problem and he's the problem, or she's the problem and he's the problem, let that apply to whoever it needs to apply to. You got to look at it more like the problem is here, and me and you are a team approaching this problem, right? Like, that's the best way to approach every issue in a relationship, in my opinion, because now you're taking the power away from the problem, and you guys are now a team, because that's what a relationship is all about. It's all about being a team with one another. I cannot stress that to you. It's about being a team. So y'all have to communicate with one another, even if it's things that you don't really want to communicate. Hence the fact I said the reason why trust and honesty is huge. Hence the fact that I said y'all need to have a friendship. Hence the fact that I said that y'all need to compromise. Communication is key, okay? Now, another thing for parents out there, now that I'm thinking about it, and now that we're talking about deal breakers in a relationship, if you're a parent and you're dating somebody, let's say, who doesn't have kids, or somebody who, you know, has kids, and they don't like your kids, that relationship's not going to work. If that person doesn't care to know about your kids, that relationship's not going to work. It's not realistic. If you're a parent that actually spends time with your kids, who is a real parent, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody who has kids is a parent. I'm talking about people who actually are parents. I mean, in my opinion, if you are a full-time parent, you know what I'm saying, or if you are really involved in your children's lives, I don't think you should be dating somebody who isn't involved in theirs, because I think that's a huge turnoff. For me, at least. You know what I'm saying? If the person that you're dealing with does not accept your kids, that ain't gonna work, because your children are a reflection of you. So how in the world are you gonna be with somebody and really like spend this life with this person who doesn't accept you? Like, really think about that, because to me personally, I don't have no tolerance for that shit. I mean, excuse my French, but I really don't. So I feel like that's something that a lot of people need to be very stern on. Like, if somebody does not respect your kids, then they can get out, because your children are a reflection of you. They did not ask to be here. You put them here. So, you know, definitely defend your children. Definitely defend the feeble, because they can't defend themselves. So if you can't have peace in your home or peace in a relationship because of your children, this person can't accept your children, that is a huge deal breaker right there. That right there, I just would not even tolerate at all. That should have been number one. But I'm just talking to everybody. So children or no children, but that is a huge deal breaker for me. All right, so I hope this was helpful. I just was pulled to do it. All right, so let that apply to you in the way that it does. If you guys have any other things that you feel is deal breakers in a relationship, drop them down below in the comment section, okay? Because sharing is caring. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment, okay? I look forward to connecting with you. We are divinely connected. Until next time, peace.